Hey art friends, today we're drawing a realistic whale. What kind of whale?
A humpback whale.
Yeah, and humpback whales kind of look similar to blue whales. Well, blue whales are much bigger and they do have differences, but they look very similar.
Yeah.
We hope you're going to follow along with us. You need your drawing supplies. We're going to use a pencil and a marker. You also need
Paper and something to color with.
Yeah, you ready to start?
Yeah.
Let's first use our pencil to draw the shape of our whale. We're going to draw, we'll start at the top left of our paper to draw the top of our whale. We're going to start here and we're going to draw an S curve. Well, we'll curve kind of up, but to the right, and then we're going to come down and then back up right at the end. And you can even add maybe another bump right here at the end. And you can also press lightly so that it's easier to erase. I'm going to press harder and go over it again so that our art friends can see the line better. Now let's draw the bottom of our whale. We're going to draw the nose first, so we can draw a little curve of the front. Then we're going to draw the belly. We're going to come under like this, and then we're going to get really thick in the middle. And then we're going to get really thin towards the end of the tail, and we can even come back to a little point at the end. Oh, that looks really cool, Hadley. Now right here at the front on the nose, you can make this a little pointier, maybe draw it up right here, and then a smaller curve for the nose. Yes, that looks awesome. That's the nice part about using a pencil is you can go back over it and make any changes before we use our marker. Now you can go back in and then erase that little extra curve. I wanted to make the belly a little skinnier through the middle, so I added a different line, and then I'm going to go in and erase the line I don't want anymore. Oh, that looks really cool. And then you can erase it, and also we have this little sweeper. We can sweep the eraser shavings off. Now let's add the side fins. We can start right here, right before the belly gets bigger. We're going to draw a diagonal line. We'll start inside. And we're going to draw a diagonal line that comes down to the right. Then we're going to draw the front of the fin. We'll start here. We'll leave, right next to where we started, we're going to leave a little space, and then we're going to draw a curve that comes out further and then comes back and curves into the first line we drew. So it gets thick in the middle and then thinner towards the end. Next, let's draw the mouth, and we're going to start up close to the top, and then they kind of, their mouth makes them look like they're upside down or swimming upside down.
Yeah.
Because the top of their mouth is thinner than the bottom part. So we're going to draw a line that comes to the right, and we'll stop about there. Then we're going to curve down and get really close to the belly, and then also curve around the top of the side fin. And then this, I think, also makes them look like they're upside down. We're going to add a little oval, and we can color it in for their eye. Now let's draw their tail. We're going to draw this curve right here. We'll extend it a little further past the body. Then we're going to come back up here inside of the tail, and we're going to draw a curve that comes out and connects to that curve that we just drew. Yeah. Then we're going to draw another curve coming up higher. And then let's come back here to the top of the tail, and we'll draw a curve that comes out and connects to that other line. Kind of looks like the shape of a leaf. Let's add another side fin. We're going to draw this curve that matches the first one, the front of this other one. This will make our whale look more 3D. And then we'll curve around and connect to the other fin. We're only drawing part of it since it's behind this first one. Now we're ready to use our erasers. Let's erase this line that's going, the belly line that's going through the fin. Then we can erase the line back here on the tail. We did it, Hadley. Now we're ready to switch to our marker. Let's start up here on the top of our whale, and we're going to start above the mouth, and we're going to draw a little curve for the front of the mouth. And then let's add little bumps on top, a little texture line on top of the whale's mouth. And then we can also draw the blowhole or the nostrils on top. So I drew a little curve that came up higher than the pencil line. Now we're going to trace over the pencil line. We're going to come back to the right and then maybe stop right about here. And then they have their back fin. Let's draw a diagonal line coming out of the back. And then we'll curve into the body. Now let's draw the rest of the tail. We're going to trace over the pencil line. I'm going to add a few more bumps on the tail. And we'll come all the way to the end of the tail fin. Next, let's draw the front of the tail fin on the top. And then we can draw the other part of the tail fin, but let's add a lot of bumps to the back of the fin. Yes.
Bumpy fin.
Bumpy fin. Let's do the same thing for the other side. We're going to draw a smooth curve on top of the pencil guideline, and then we can draw a bumpy line coming back in.
Oh, the step that we drew the bumps right here, I thought we connected it all the way to the...
Oh, that's okay. You already had the marker on it. That's fine. Our two drawings are looking so awesome, and I love that they look a little different. That's okay. They're both turning out awesome, and it's okay if their drawings look a little different too, because...
The most important thing is to have fun.
And to...
Practice.
Practice. Remember to practice. All right, you ready to keep going? Mm-hmm. Now let's draw the mouth. We'll start here, and we're going to trace over the pencil line, and we're going to come down over the fin. Now let's draw the bottom of our whale's mouth. I'm going to draw a little bump that comes out past the pencil line. We could even add more bumps on the chin. Sometimes they have a lot of barnacles and other creatures attached to them. And then we're going to draw over the pencil guideline and then stop on the fin. Let's draw the front of the first fin. We'll start here on the pencil line. But then when we come down here, let's add a lot of bumps coming down to the end of the fin. Then let's curve around and draw the back of the fin up to where we started. Ooh, let's add more wrinkles. I'm going to draw a little curve right here and add a few more wrinkles inside. Little curves. Let's do the same thing for the other fin. We'll start at the top, come down and draw little bumps, bumpy line. And then let's curve around and finish that fin. Good job. Now let's finish the belly. We'll start here and just trace over the pencil line all the way to the tail fin. What's the last thing we need to draw?
The eye.
Oh yeah, it's just pencil. Let's color over the pencil line, and then we could also add a little wrinkle on top and below.
And eyelashes.
Oh, definitely. We did it. We finished drawing our blue whale. Except we're not completely done.
We still need to color it.
Yeah, this part will fast forward, but at the end you can pause the video to match our same coloring. Oh, and also before we color, we need to use our eraser and erase all of the guidelines that you can still see. You ready to fast forward?
Yeah.
Hadley, we did it! We finished drawing and coloring our humpback whale.
I think this is the most realistic drawing I've ever done.
You can be super proud, Hadley, you did great. We used our Bianyo markers to color our drawings, and if you have the same set, we used
B028
yeah, that's the dark blue we used on top of the whale.
and B003.
That's the light blue we used for the belly. Then we also added highlights with our Prismacolor colored pencil, a light blue, which is called non-photo blue.
We used this on top of the whale
Yeah, to make it look more 3D, the highlight that's on top.
and both of the fins.
Oh yeah, also back here. And we also added little dots to add texture to make it look even more realistic. If you want to use the same art supplies that we love using, be sure to check out artforkidshub.com. It has links over to Amazon where you can purchase the same supplies.
We hope you had a lot of fun drawing your humpback whale.
We do. We hope you had a lot of fun, and I'm sure your drawings turned out really cool. And we'll see you later, our friends.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.